Yes, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, very good morning. How are you?
Sir, amazing.
Very good. Nice. That in applied chemistry, how many units are there?
Four, sir.
Four
Four units,
units.
sir.
Yeah, unit one.
Technology of water.
Technology of water.
Technology of water.
Unit two. Unit
Fuels
two.
combustion.
Fuel
Fuel combustion.
and cement.
Fuel combustion and
Cement.
cement. Unit three.
Corrosion and
Corrosion and
Corrosion
health
and
rules.
phase rule.
Erosion and testing measurements. Unit four.
lubricants and
Lubricant.
And polymers. Yes. So quick revision. Okay, from the unit one, technology of water. What is hardness? What are the different types of hardness? Then how we are going to remove those hardnesses? What are the units of hardness? Then how we are going to determine the hardness? These things were already completed. Yes, can anybody tell what are the units of hardness? Quick. Ah,
Sir, ppm, milligram per liter,
Milligram per liter.
degree French and degree Clark.
Degree
yes,
French
very
and
good.
degree Clark.
Yes, okay. Then, okay, in the determination of hardness, okay, which indicator is used in the determination of hardness?
EBT
EBT.
indicator.
EBT stands for EBT stands
EBT.
for
area from black.
From black.
Area from black.
indicator. Okay, very good. What is the color of metal EBT complex?
Wine
Blue
red.
color.
Wine red.
What is the
Wine
color
red.
of metal EDTA complex?
Colorless.
Colorless. Colorless.
Okay. Okay. Which basic buffer we are using? Which buffer we are using?
Basic buff.
Basic.
Basic buffer.
Ammonium.
Yes, nitric. Okay. Yes. Then here, what is the concordant reading?
Adjacent or consecutive.
Two consecutive reading should be same. That is called as concordant reading. Okay. What is the procedure involved in the determination of hardness? Huh?
We take 20 ml of standard hard water
Huh.
with 10 ml of ammonical uh, base and then 2-3 drop of ABTA.
Huh.
And with burette we
Disodium salt of EDTA in burette.
Okay. Huh. Yes. What happens? Speed up. Huh.
Then we do titration and then we calculate the point where color changes in the conical flask and then we
What are the
calculate the
color
readings.
changes?
Color changes from
wine red to blue. Wine red to blue.
wine red to
Yes. Wine
blue.
red to blue. Blue color indicates what? That blue color.
ABT is free.
Free EDTA.
Okay. Free EBT. Why we are using disodium salt of EDTA?
Because the solubility of it is soluble in water.
Huh? Due to partial solubility of EDTA, okay, we are converting to disodium salt to increase the solubility. Okay. Okay now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What is hardness? What are the different types of hardness? What are the units of hardness and what is its determination? By which method we are determining the hardness?
EDTA
EDTA
method.
method.
Method. That is nothing but complexometric titration. What is the definition of complexometric titration?
Which involves color the complex.
Titration which involves formation of colored complexes.
Yes. Okay, the titration which involves the formation of colored complex is called as complexometric titration. Okay, that's fine. Now, see, hardness is completed. One small portion is left in the hardness. That is the degree of hardness. What is the degree of hardness? That, okay, in the previous class, up to some extent, I explained it. Okay, now, but let's see. Hello. Oh, good morning. Sir, Pandit ji, I'm okay. Presently, I'm in class. Please call me after some time, around in the afternoon half. Okay. Presently, one class is going on. Huh? Oh, okay. It's okay. Yes, this PPT is visible. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes. So today's our topic
Yes, sir.
is determination of hardness. Sorry, degree of hardness. What is degree of hardness? The degree of hardness is nothing but okay. Normally, what we are doing simply here. What is the definition? What was here written? Although hardness of water is never present in the form of calcium carbonate because it is insoluble in water, hardness is conveyed expressed in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent. Okay, my definition is, or otherwise my explanation is, my statement is straightforward statement. What is that? I'm making it full slide mode. Yeah. See here, my definition is, what is degree of hardness? That means the hardness should be expressed in equivalence of calcium carbonate. That's it. This much you remember. Once again, I am saying, okay, what is degree of hardness? The degree of hardness is nothing but we are expressing the hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate. How we are converting in equivalence of calcium carbonate? Yes, one mathematical formula is there. So with the help of this mathematical formula, we can able to we can able to convert that hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate. Yes, see, there are majorly by this time, what are the main hardness causing ions? Okay, temporary hardness causing ions are there. That is nothing but calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, these two. And at the same time, what are the permanent hardness causing ions? Calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate, some other heavy metals. But these four are the common. Okay, six are common. Temporary, calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, and at the same time, permanent hardness, calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate. That means these type of six ions are common ions which are causing the hardness. The heavy metals ions are different. But here, what we are doing, okay, what we are doing, always, while in the calculation of hardness of any ion, that means let us assume that in the given water sample, magnesium bicarbonate alone is maybe there, that alone may be causing the hardness. So we, while we are doing the calculation, we have to express, see, the determination procedure is same. Okay, we have to prepare out 20 ml of that hard water sample, then we have to add 10 ml of buffer solution, 1 or 2 drops of EBT indicator, then the solution titrated against disodium salt of EDTA, then when the solution turns to white red color to blue color, stop the titration. Then after that, you go for calculation that N1V1 is equal to N2V2. Calculate the normality of water sample. Then after that, what we have to do, we have to calculate the strength. How we are calculating the strength, and at the same time, we are there we are expressing that particular calcium bicarbonate hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate. How we are achieving to convert in calcium carbonate equivalents? The normality of water sample should be multiplied with equivalent weight of calcium carbonate, and at the same time 1000. अरे समझ में आ रहा है ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that one also you can forget. Simply here you have to remember what is degree of hardness. The straightforward answer is we have to express the hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate. That means the hardness can be expressed conveniently in equivalence of calcium carbonate. That is called as degree of hardness. But that's it. Okay, degree of hardness, what is the definition? If anybody will ask, simply you are required to say the hardness should be expressed in equivalence of calcium carbonate. Oh, that is fine. Why they chosen calcium carbonate as an as a indicating factor? Why we have to express in that? Because see, calcium carbonate is the standard for reporting hardness of water is in calculations because its molecular weight is 100 and its equivalent weight is 50 because calcium plus 2. So 100 by 2. So it's that its equivalent weight is 50. So here what is happening? For the calculation part, it is very simple because the digits are that round figure digits are there, and at the same time, it is highly most insoluble precipitate or insoluble salt in the water sample. That means any precipitate if you can consider, then out of that calcium carbonate is the most insoluble precipitate. First one is it is most insoluble precipitate, and at the same time it is ease for in calculations because its molecular weight is 100 and its equivalent is 50. That is the one of the main factors. Sometimes in the examination they may ask you why the hardness should be expressed in equivalents of calcium carbonate. Then you have to say, sir, the calcium carbonate molecular weight is 100 and its equivalent is 50. So there will be ease in the calculation. That is one factor. Then another factor is, yes, it is the most insoluble precipitate in the water sample. So hence they chosen as calcium carbonate as a indicating factor. That means that hardness, any types of hardness should be expressed in equivalents of calcium carbonate. Any types of means, let us assume that one water is having calcium chloride hardness only, that calcium chloride ions only. Then after titration, when we are calculating or otherwise, if strength was given, that should be expressed in equivalents of calcium carbonate. Always, all types of hardness should be expressed in equivalents of calcium carbonate. That means calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium chloride, all these ions, hardness should be expressed in equivalents of calcium carbonate. That you have to remember. Sir, how we are going to convert that in equivalents of calcium carbonate? Yes, here one simple mathematical formula is there. What is that mathematical formula? Okay, simple equation is there. It is not a mathematical formula. One simple convention equation is there. With the help of this equation, we can convert that hardness in equivalents of calcium carbonate. See, first of all, you have to remember, don't remember all these things. The last bottom one, you remember. See, equivalents of calcium carbonate, or otherwise, here you can write down like this. Hardness in equivalents of calcium carbonate is equals to strength of hardness producing substance. Okay, that may be given in milligram per liter. Then after that, that should be multiplied with multiplication factor. But that's it, you remember. Okay, once again I am saying, okay, what is the equation or what is the formula? Okay, one formula you remember. Don't remember all these formulas. Simply you have to remember, if hardness in equivalents of calcium carbonate is equals to strength of hardness producing substance. Okay, that may be given in milligram per liter or ppm. Then that should be multiplied with multiplication factor. Yes, you can have the question. What is multiplication factor? Yes, the multiplication factors were given here. See here, what are the multiplication factors? See, multiplication factor is, let us assume that calcium bicarbonate is there. Let us assume that in the water sample, calcium bicarbonate ion may be there. Then what is its molecular weight? 162. Then what is its equivalent weight or chemical equivalence? Because calcium plus 2 is there, 162 by 2, so 81. So you have to remember here 100 by its molecular weight. What is multiplication factor? What we have to remember, 100 by its molecular weight. Say for example, in the numerical, okay, calcium bicarbonate was given. That means the strength of calcium bicarbonate hardness is this much. So express the hardness of calcium bicarbonate in equivalence of calcium carbonate. Then if that is the case, okay, that what is the equation? What is the formula? The formula is strength of hardness producing substance. Then that should be multiplied with multiplication factor. Here, as calcium bicarbonate was given, so 100 by 162. If calcium bicarbonate was given, then its multiplication factor is 100 by molecular weight. Or otherwise, 100 matlab 50, 50 by 81. That is also correct answer because we are expressing in equivalence weight only. Either you express in equivalent weights or otherwise you express in molecular weight. Molecular weight matlab calcium carbonate molecular weight is 100. Then its molecular weight of calcium bicarbonate is 162. So its multiplication factor is 100 by 162. Similarly, if magnesium bicarbonate is there, 100 by 146. Then calcium sulfate is there, 100 by 136. Magnesium sulfate is there, okay, 100 by 120. Calcium chloride is there, 100 by 111. 111, 120, 136, 146, 162. What does it mean? These are the molecular weight of hardness producing substance. Then what is 100? 100 is stands for calcium carbonate molecular weight. So simply, what is multiplication factor? Molecular weight of calcium carbonate by molecular weight of hardness producing substance. If calcium bicarbonate is there, its molecular weight you put it here. If magnesium bicarbonate is there, 100 by its molecular weight 146, you put it there. So this is the multiplication factor. So here any numerical was given here? Yes. Yes, here one numerical was given. What is the numerical? See, the first question is, a water sample contains 410 milligram of calcium sulfate per liter. Calculate the hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalents. Yes, here one numerical was there. Okay, by going through this, we can understand how we can convert the hardness of different substances in equivalence of calcium carbonate. Yes, here a water sample contains 410 milligrams of calcium sulfate per liter. That means milligram per liter. That is nothing but ppm. 1 milligram per liter is equals to 1 ppm is equal to 0.1. Okay, degree French, that is equals to 0.07 degree Clark. So
Yes,
here
sir.
1 milligram per liter is nothing but 1 ppm. That means a sample of a water sample contains 410 milligram of calcium sulfate. That means calcium sulfate, calcium sulfate strength was given. What is the strength of calcium sulfate? 410 milligram per liter, or otherwise 410 ppm. That's fine. Yes. Now what we have to do? We have to calculate, or we have to convert this calcium sulfate hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate. How we can convert? That is very simple. Okay, with this equation, what is that equation? Hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate is equals to strength of hardness producing substance in this numerical, which hardness is there, calcium sulfate is there. So here strength of calcium sulfate in milligram per liter into multiplication factor. What is the multiplication factor? Multiplication factor is nothing but molecular weight of calcium carbonate, molecular weight of calcium sulfate, or otherwise chemical equivalence of calcium carbonate, chemical equivalence of calcium sulfate. See, always we may be in doubt what is the chemical equivalence. So in order to avoid that confusion, I am declaring here, you use molecular weight of calcium carbonate by molecular weight of calcium sulfate. See, here you can see this. What is the molecular weight of calcium sulfate? 136. That means simply here 100 by 136, 50 50 100, 68 68 136. So here hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate is equals to strength of calcium sulfate in milligram per liter, or strength of hardness producing substance. Here in this numerical, which is the hardness producing substance? Calcium sulfate is the hardness producing substance. So what is the strength? 410 milligram per liter. So here you put it 410, and that should be multiplied with multiplication factor. What is the multiplication factor? Molecular weight of calcium carbonate by molecular weight of hardness producing substance. Here, what is the molecular weight of hardness producing substance? That is 136. 100 by 136. Simply that is nothing but 301.47 ppm. That means here we are expressing the hardness of calcium sulfate in equivalence of calcium carbonate. This what we are doing here with the help of one simple equation. What is that equation? Hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate is equals to strength of hardness producing substance. Here hardness producing substance is calcium sulfate. See, say for example, similarly, just I am modifying this. A water sample contains 410 milligram of calcium bicarbonate. Let us assume that calcium bicarbonate per liter. Then calculate the hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalence. Then same here, which is the hardness producing substance? Then yes, tell please.
So calcium bicarbonate.
Calcium
Yes, calcium bicarbonate. So here strength of calcium bicarbonate, that is nothing but 410, and that should be multiplied with molecular weight of calcium carbonate by molecular weight of calcium bicarbonate. What is the molecular weight of calcium bicarbonate? 162. 100 by 162. Similarly, I can change this. A water sample contains 410 milligram of magnesium bicarbonate per liter. Calculate the hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalents. How we are going to convert that? Simply that hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate is equals to strength of magnesium bicarbonate in milligram per liter and multiplication factor. Multiplication factor is nothing but 100 by molecular weight of that hardness producing substance. Here, what is the hardness producing substance? Yes, tell.
Magnesium
Yes,
bicarbonate.
magnesium. What is its molecular weight? 136. 100 by 136. You simply you calculate it, you would be getting the hardness of magnesium bicarbonate in equivalence of calcium carbonate. अरे समझ में आ रहा है ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Let us assume that.
Yes, sir.
Let us assume that another numerical you can go through it. Here another numerical was there. How many grams of magnesium carbonate dissolved per liter gives 84 ppm of hardness? See here what he is asking. What he is asking. We have to calculate the magnesium carbonate grams. See here what is the equation actually? Okay, what is the equation? Here magnesium bicarbonate. Array, 1 minute. Okay, just I am getting one phone call, important call. Yes, where we are? It is getting disturbed, man. What to do? Hmm? Where is the PPT? Yeah. Okay. See here, what was given? How many grams of magnesium carbonate dissolved per liter gives 84 ppm of hardness? Here, what happened? He has given already strength. Strength means, see, hardness in equivalence of calcium carbonate is equals to strength of magnesium carbonate in milligram per liter and multiplication factor. Here he has given this strength, hardness, that means 84. So 84 is equals to, we have to calculate this strength, magnesium carbonate. Here multiplication factor, calcium carbonate molecular weight is 100, magnesium carbonate molecular weight is 42. 42 मतलब क्या है? 2 to 4, 84. Magnesium
84, sir.
molecular weight is 84. That means here 100 by 84. But what we have to do, we have to calculate the strength of magnesium bicarbonate. So 84 into molecular weight of magnesium bicarbonate by molecular weight of calcium carbonate. Reverse हो जाएगा. Okay, then calculate, then that you would be getting the 70.56, that is a milligram per liter. That means here he was given the strength. We have to calculate this, and these values are known with us. See, don't remember chemical equivalents. Remember molecular weight of calcium carbonate and molecular weight of hardness producing substance. अरे ये समझ में आ गया कि नहीं आ गया?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then with this I am concluding the hardness. That means the hardness portion is total completed. Once again, what is hardness? What are the different types of hardness? Then after that, what is the determination of hardness? Then what are the calculations? The calculations also I said, how we are converting the total hardness, how we are converting the permanent hardness, how we are converting the temporary hardness. Permanent hardness, how we are converting? That means the same water sample, if you boil it, then you cool it, then from the boiled hard water sample, you pipette out 20 ml, then you calculate the normality of water sample, calculate the strength, then what is the initial strength, and this strength, just you subtract it, you will be getting the temporary hardness. Permanent hardness, the hardness which was obtained by using the boiled hard water sample, that is nothing but permanent hardness. So this is about the hardness. So everybody understood what is hardness? Any doubt? Do you have any doubt?
No,
Clear, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, I am switching over to another topic. That is the alkalinity. What is the alkalinity and how we are going to determine the alkalinity? Okay, this is also one of the question. Yes, the first, till now, we could able to complete one major portion. That means one small topic. Hardness, what are the different types of hardness? What are the determination of hardness? And degree of hardness, how we are converting in degree of hardness? what is the equation, what is the mathematical notation for that? Okay, these things we could be able to discuss. Now I am switching over to another topic. What is the topic is alkalinity. Okay, here alkalinity, what is the definition? The straightforward definition is, see, first you remember what I am saying. Okay, don't get confused. Simply what I am saying, you remember, you may write down on small notes. Then at the end you go through the PPT, then you can understand thoroughly. Now, what is alkalinity? Alkalinity means the capacity of water sample to neutralize the acid. Okay, once again I am saying, what is the definition? The ability of water sample to neutralize the acid. Okay, see, sometimes the definitions may not be here in the PPT. Okay, the things which are in my mind that I am saying, because those are the straightforward definitions. Okay, please you write down sometimes these definitions in your notebook, rough notebooks. Everybody has to maintain one class notes, so that whenever you are getting some important point, you can write down. Now, what is the definition of alkalinity? The straightforward definition is the capacity of water sample to neutralize the acid. The ability of water sample to neutralize the acid is called as alkalinity. Or otherwise, what is this, sir? I'm not getting. Yes, this may be your doubt. See what I am saying. Alkalinity is nothing but, in another terminology, increased alkaline substances. That means, what are the alkaline substances? Okay, that means, or otherwise, step by step we would be discussing which ions are attributing the alkalinity, or which ions are responsible for the alkalinity. There are three ions are there. First one is bicarbonate ion, hydroxide, carbonate, bicarbonate. Waste fellows. Here, how they written here? Here, they written. It was not sequentially, but you have to remember sequentially. First, you have to write down hydroxide ions, then carbonate ions, then bicarbonate ions. That means, there are three types of ions are there. These three types of ions are responsible for the alkalinity. Once again, I am saying, what are those ions? First one, hydroxide ion. Second one, carbonate ion. Third one, bicarbonate ion. Okay, see here, alkalinity is two types. One is caustic alkalinity, and second one is, it is not bicarbonate alkalinity, it is temporary alkalinity. Okay, they wrote here also wrong. Okay, there are two terms are there. Okay, the types of alkalinity. The types of alkalinity is nothing but, there are two types are there: caustic alkalinity, temporary alkalinity. Caustic alkalinity is due to what, or otherwise which ions are responsible for caustic alkalinity? Hydroxide and carbonate. Remember, then temporary alkalinity, or otherwise bicarbonate alkalinity, is nothing but bicarbonate ions. See here with this slide. Okay, once again I am concluding. Okay, what I am concluding. Okay, what is alkalinity?
Alkalinity is the ability of water sample to maintain the
Capacity of
acidity.
water.
Okay, capacity of water sample to neutralize the acid. Because, see, why neutralize the acid? What does it mean? See, here we are also determining the alkalinity with the help of titration. So, as these, alkalinity means that water sample is having the hydroxide, bicarbonate, and carbonate ions. That means basic nature ions are there. So, the basic ions must be titrated with acid only, because it is a neutralization titration. Indirectly, it is neutralization titration. So this is the alkaline nature. So that should be titrated with standard acid. So hence, here we are giving the definition like this: the capacity of water sample to neutralize the acid. That is nothing but alkalinity. Because alkalinity means the increased concentration of hydroxide, carbonate, and bicarbonate. This is the things. So once again, what is the definition of alkalinity? Capacity of water to neutralize the acid. Alkalinity is two types: caustic alkalinity and temporary alkalinity. Caustic alkalinity is due to hydroxide and carbonate. Temporary alkalinity is due to bicarbonate. That means overall, alkalinity is due to three types of ions are responsible for the alkalinity. What are those? Hydroxide ion, carbonate ion, bicarbonate ion. What is the hydroxide ion formula? OH minus. Carbonate, CO3 minus 2. Bicarbonate, HCO3 minus. This is the These are the 3 ions. Now, see, okay, next one is, yes, here the ions are there. Okay, here hydroxide ion, carbonate ion, bicarbonate ion. These 3 ions are responsible for the alkalinity, and at the same time, as we are titrating this alkaline water to the standard acid, what happened? What type of chemical reactions are taking place? Here it was represented. See, the alkaline water is titrated against standard acid. In the standard acid, either HCl or H2SO4 may be there. So that means in the acidic solution, H plus ions may be there. That H plus ions may be reacting with the ions which are present in the water sample, the alkaline ions. Then that is nothing but neutralizations are taking place. Say for example, if hydroxide ion is there in the water sample, that may react with H plus ions, that is converted into H2O. Then at the same time, if carbonate ions are there, that again that may react with H plus, that is converted into bicarbonate. That means HCO3 minus. Then okay, HCO3 minus, okay, H plus ions, that is converted to H2O and CO2. The CO2 may be evaporated. That means this is again all the reactions are taking place. Okay, that neutralization reactions, neutralization titrations. That means during the titration, what type of chemical reactions are taking place? These are the reactions are taking place. What are those? If hydroxide ion is there in the water sample, that may react with H plus ion, that is going to produce the H2O, neutralization. Because simply here basic substances are reacting with acid. So hence this is the neutralization is taking place. Now see here, okay, the hydroxide and carbonate ions, okay, here one bracket is there that indicate that P and M stands for, P stands for phenolphthalein, M stands for methyl orange. In the previous class I explained, what I explained, there are different types of indicators are there: acid base indicators, redox indicators, complexometric titration indicators. Different types of indicators are there. For complexometric titration indicator, just now we studied, that is the EBT indicator, ureochrome black tea indicator, and another one is PR indicator, patterns and reducer indicator is also there. That time we will discuss. Now it is not required. Now redox indicator, N-phenyl anthralic acid and potassium permanganate. These are the redox indicators. Acid base indicators. What are the suitable acid base indicators? Phenolphthalein and methyl orange indicators. So similarly, for the determination of hardness, EBT indicator is required. Similarly, for the determination of alkalinity, phenolphthalein and methyl orange, both indicators are required. You cannot determine the alkalinity either phenolphthalein or methyl orange. You have to require both indicators, phenolphthalein as well as methyl orange indicator, in order to calculate the total alkalinity. Please keep in your mind what type of indicators are used in the determination of alkalinity: phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Why? Because this is the acid-base titration. For the acid-base titration, the suitable indicators are phenolphthalein and methyl orange indicator. That's it. Now, see, okay, what was written here? Okay, see, and the total amount of acid used represents the total alkalinity due to hydroxide, bicarbonate ions, or otherwise. See here what it was written: hydroxide and carbonate ions alkalinity can be determined by phenolphthalein indicator. Then total alkalinity, that means hydroxide, carbonate, bicarbonate. The total alkalinity can be determined with the help of methyl orange indicator. You have to remember, see what I said initially, how I am explaining as it is, you remember. Yes, this point, yes, this point, yes, this point. Then at the end, we are going to combine all the points. Then you can understand what is alkalinity. Initially, you may get doubt. What is this? What is P? What is M? Don't get any doubt. Don't keep in your mind. How I am explaining as it is, you keep in your mind. At the end, I will combine all the points. Then you can understand thoroughly, okay, as a whole thing. So please concentrate. Don't get confused. What I said, what is alkalinity, I said. Which ions are responsible for the alkalinity, I said. Then there are 3 types of ions are there. Then during the titration, what is happening? That chemical reactions were shown here. What are those chemical reactions? Hydroxide or carbonate, bicarbonate may react with H plus, and that is going to give the neutralization product. That is fine. Here, one more point I am adding. What is that point? Hydroxide and carbonate ions strength can be calculated with the help of phenolphthalein indicator. Here, phenolphthalein, P stands for phenolphthalein. Then at the same time, total alkalinity. Total alkalinity means hydroxide, carbonate, bicarbonate alkalinity is methyl orange. That is fine. So once again, here one more point I am adding for the phenolphthalein indicator. What is that? See, for the neutralization of hydroxide ion, 1 mole of H plus ion is only required. That is going to produce the H2O. But whereas for complete neutralization of carbonate, here -2, that means 2 moles of H plus ions are required. But while during the chemical reaction, that is going to react in stoichiometric reactions. That means initially 1 mole H plus ion may react to the carbonate, then that is going to produce the bicarbonate. If you continue the titration, the obtained bicarbonate may further react with H plus and that may undergo complete neutralization reaction. So my conclusion is, with the help of phenolphthalein indicator, we could able to calculate the alkalinity of hydroxide ion and as well as half carbonate ions. Why it is half? 1/2 half. Why I am representing? Because the complete carbonate ion is not getting neutralized. The carbonate ion H plus that gives rise to HCO3, half only neutralized. One more half is there. That half till further continuation, this H plus ion may further react with 1 mole H plus. That is going to produce the complete neutralization. Hence here, my conclusion is, with the help of phenolphthalein indicator, we could able to determine the hydroxide ion hardness and as well as half of the carbonate ions. Have you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Don't worry.
Yes, sir.
As it is, you remember, don't worry. Okay? As it is, you remember. Then, with the help of methyl orange indicator, we could able to determine the hardness of alkalinity of hydroxide, carbonate, bicarbonate. That means total alkalinity. We can determine with the help of methyl orange. Okay, here one more logic is there. What is that logic? Okay, alkalinity. There are different types of different types are there, or otherwise, there are different types are there. What are those? Sometimes the hard water, the alkaline water, maybe hydroxide ions alone may present in the water sample. That means, say for example, randomly you're finding some water. That water may be alkaline. That water may be having only hydroxide ion alone. So there is a possible combination. Yes, there are possible combinations out there. What are those possible combinations of alkalinity? Either hydroxide ion alone may be there, or carbonate ion alone may be there, or bicarbonate ions alone may be there. Three possible combinations: hydroxide ion alone, carbonate ion alone, bicarbonate ion alone, and at the same time, hydroxide carbonate together may cause the alkalinity. And at the same time, carbonate and bicarbonate ions together. That means there are 5 possible combinations are there. Hydroxide. What is the possible combination? Hydroxide ion alone may cause the alkalinity. Carbonate ion alone may cause the alkalinity. Then bicarbonate ion alone may cause the alkalinity, or otherwise hydroxide carbonate ions together, then carbonate bicarbonate ions together. That is also 5th possible combination. But 6th is ruled out, the hydroxide and bicarbonate, first one and third one, because that is going to produce the neutralization. So these are the possible combination that was explained in the another slide. What is that slide? See here. What is that? See here, with the help of phenolphthalein indicator, we could able to determine the hydroxide ion and half of the carbonate. अरे ये समझ में आ गया क्या?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yes,
The
sir.
next one is, with the help of methyl orange indicator, we can determine the total alkalinity: hydroxide, carbonate, bicarbonate. This was already explained. The next one, see, with respect to the constituent causing alkalinity in water, the following situations may arise, or the following combinations may arise. That means sometimes the water sample may be having hydroxide ion alone, carbonate ion alone, or only bicarbonate ions alone, ALONE alone. bicarbonate ions alone, or otherwise hydroxide carbonate together, or otherwise carbonate bicarbonate together. These are the total 5 possible combinations are there. The last one is, that means hydroxide and bicarbonate ions, that is ruled out because that is simple neutralization. Okay, that you forget about this. Okay, see, another logic here I would like to add. One more point I would like to add. What is that? See, let us assume that the water is having the caustic alkalinity of carbonate ions. Simply, okay, that water is there, that water is having the carbonate ions alkalinity. That is nothing but caustic alkalinity, carbonate ions alone. But here what happened? You pipette out that alkaline water which is having only carbonate ions. Then what happened? During the titration, you are simply titrating with standard acid with the help of indicators. Then what happened? That carbonate may react with H+. That is going to produce a HCO3. Now, see, earlier the water sample is having only carbonate ions, but due to titration with standard acid, that is going to produce the bicarbonate ion. That is nothing but temporary alkalinity causing ion due to neutralization of carbonate. That means here what you have to understand, the water sample may be, okay, water sample may be having bicarbonate ions due to natural presence. That means either water sample may be having bicarbonate ions alone, or otherwise due to neutralization of carbonate, bicarbonate may be produced. That produced bicarbonate is also further titrated. That means in continuation only to complete neutralization. That means, see, okay, my conclusion, the solid point is that there are two sources of bicarbonate ion. One source is either naturally the bicarbonate ion, that means HCO3 minus may be there in the water sample. That is one possible combination. Another possible combination is also there. Due to neutralization of this carbonate, bicarbonate may be produced. अरे समझ में आ गया कि नहीं आ गया?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Very good. Now the next one is, what is the procedure involved in the determination of hardness? Okay, that procedure I would like to say. Okay, here what is the procedure? Okay, chemical required, all the necessary things were written. Okay, what is the procedure involved in this determination of alkalinity? Then after that, okay, we would be going back how we are calculating. What is the time now?
Oh, sir.
12:25. All 25, sir.
Oh, time is over.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, do you have next class?
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
From 2 p.m.
So 12:30 you don't have any class?
No, sir. The lunch break. Yes.
Oh, now it is lunch break.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, can I continue for some time? 10 minutes?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
it's not a problem.
Yes, sir.
I'm very busy.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
running with busy schedule, but still I would like to give 10 minutes more. If you wish, otherwise I will. Okay.
Sir, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. We will.
No
Okay, sir.
pressure. No pressure.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Are you interested?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Very
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, you can take, sir.
Okay.
It's very interesting, sir.
Okay. Just 10 minutes. I would like to close what is alternative. Now. Okay. Where we are? Yes, this PPT. See here. Okay. Full slide modes. Slideshow. What is the procedure involved in this? See, just I am reading all the points. You would be getting that. Rinse and fill the burette with n by 100 HCl solution. That means standard HCl solution should be filled in the burette. This is the burette. Burette is filled with HCl. That is a standard HCl. Pipette out 20 ml of given water sample into 250 ml conical flask. That means 20 ml of water sample. The water which is having alkaline nature. 20 ml you pipette out it into this conical flask. Then add 2 or 3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator to the sample. Okay, because this is acid-base titration, simply add 1 or 2 drops of phenolphthalein indicator. then you rinse it. Then, okay, if the solution turns to pink color, okay, if the solution turns colorless, the hydroxide and bicarbonate ions are absent. If the solution turns to pink color, then some ions may be there. Then, okay, then start the titration. Then when the solution turns to pink color to colorless, stop the titration, note down the reading. Okay. Phenolphthalein end point. Okay. Initial and final. Phenolphthalein end point we write down. Then next one is, see, note the titrate value. This is known as phenolphthalein end point. Then now add 2 or 3 drops of methyl orange indicator to the solution obtained in step 4. That means to the same solution. The pink color it was converted to pink color to colorless. To the colorless solution, add 1 or 2 drops of methyl orange indicator. Then, if the solution turns to pink color, okay, then the solution bicarbonate ions are absent. If the solution turns to yellow color, then continue the titration from the same reading. Then, okay, record the value of Z, okay, to turn the reddish pink. So this is the procedure. Okay, that procedure is, you may be getting some confusion. Here in the observation table, we can understand clearly. Now, this is the first series. Pipette out 20 ml of hot water sample into conical flask. Yes, we took the alkaline water into conical flask, that is 20 ml. Then, okay, this is the burette reading. That burette is having the acid, standard acidic solution, N by 100 HCl solution. Okay, that is fine. Now here, initial value is 0.0. Yes, that is fine. Now, you add phenolphthalein indicator to the water sample. 1 or 2 drops of phenolphthalein indicator. First, you are required to add phenolphthalein indicator only. Okay, here one more logic I am saying. Sir, here this is acid-base titration. We are having the 2 possibilities of indicators, phenolphthalein and as well as methyl orange. That means, okay, we can use either phenolphthalein or otherwise methyl orange indicator. Then why to add phenolphthalein first? Because, see, initially the water is having high alkaline nature. High alkaline nature means the pH may be more than 10, because if hydroxide or carbonate or bicarbonates are there, or otherwise, especially if hydroxide ion is there, its pH is more. Its pH is high. Okay, high pH may be there. So, because of high pH, what happened? The phenolphthalein indicator can work at high pH. See, at what range phenolphthalein indicator can work? At what pH range methyl orange indicator can work? You may be having this idea. At what pH range phenolphthalein indicator can work? Can anybody say?
So 8.2 to almost 10.
Normally the yes, there are different indicators are there, but each indicator can work thoroughly at particular pH range. So similarly here, phenolphthalein can work, okay, the pH around 8 to 10, or otherwise in basic nature, phenolphthalein can work thoroughly. Methyl orange indicator, around the pH range is 3 to 4. That means at acidic pH, the methyl orange indicator can work thoroughly. So hence, initially, as water is alkaline nature, so pH is more, hence we are adding phenolphthalein indicator first. We can add methyl orange also, but we cannot distinguish the end points clearly. In order to distinguish the end points clearly, initially we have to add phenolphthalein. Why? Another logic is also there, because phenolphthalein indicator can work thoroughly in the basic pH, basic medium. Methyl orange in the acidic medium. So initially we are adding phenolphthalein. Let us assume that hydroxide or otherwise carbonate ions are there. Then due to addition of HCl, that carbonate or bicarbonate ions are get neutralized. That means initially the color of solution is hydroxide is there. So due to addition of phenolphthalein indicator, the basic medium is there. So phenolphthalein in the basic medium, that shows pink color. So initially the solution turns to pink color. Pink color appeared means that indicates that some alkaline causing ions are there. That is the indication. If the solution initially pipette out 20 ml of water sample, you add phenolphthalein indicator to this conical flask. If the solution turns to pink color, that indicates that yes, either hydroxide or carbonate or bicarbonate ions may be there, or otherwise, okay, hydroxide and carbonate ions may be there. Then pink color. Then initial color is pink. Then continue the titration. When the solution turns to here, this is a 0. Here the solution is pink color. Continue the titration with acidic solution. When the solution turns to colorless, stop the titration. Note down the acid volume. Here, okay, end point by using phenolphthalein indicator. Here, let us assume that 15. You note down 15. Then to the same solution, to the same, don't throw the solution. In continuation, to the same conical flask, add 1 or 2 drops of methyl orange indicator. Then that solution turns to light yellow color. Light yellow color. That solution turns to light yellow color means yes, some ions may be there. What ions? See, with the help of phenolphthalein, hydroxide and carbonate may be neutralized. So with the help of methyl orange, which ions may be neutralized?
Bicarbonate.
Bicarbonate ion.
Bicarbonate
Half of
ions.
bicarbonate.
2, 3 minus ions may be neutralized. Yes. So here that yellow color solution, then titrate against acidic solution from same reading. Again, don't make it 0. Here initially it is 0, then 15. Then from 15 onwards you continue the titration. When the solution turns to again pinkish red, when the solution turns to pinkish red, then stop the titration. Note down the end point. So let us assume that here the total volume of acid consumed is 30 ml. Then here you are required to write 30 ml. Don't subtract 30 minus 15 again. Don't write here it is 15. Total volume of acid consumed. You consider from 0 to till end. When the solution turns to pinkish red, stop the titration. Note down the reading. That is the total volume of acid consumed. So here first round is over. First series is over. Then you go for second series. Okay, here after completion of first series, throw that solution which is present in the conical flask, wash the conical flask thoroughly with tap water. Then again, okay, second lot of titration, second series, you put out 20 ml. Then initial reading 0. That means again you fill the burette with acidic solution. Then 0. Then after that, okay, add phenolphthalein indicator, pink color. Then start the titration. Pink color converts to colorless. Stop the titration. Note down the end point. Then again to the same solution, add methyl orange indicator. That solution turns to yellow color. That yellow color solution titrated against standard acid. Continue from same reading. Don't make it 0. Again, when the solution turns to pinkish red, stop the titration. Note down the reading. This is the methyl orange. Then let us assume that in the first case here you got 15, here you got 30, and second case also you required to 15 and 30. You are required to get the readings 15 and 30. Then only these two readings are the concordant readings. Then phenolphthalein concordant reading is 15, methyl orange concordant reading is 30. अरे समझ में आ गया?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Don't get confused.
Yes, sir.
Here,
Yes, sir.
okay, you may get confused. Different color changes. Don't get confused. See, here, one thing you remember: phenolphthalein indicator in the basic medium, pink color; acidic medium, colorless. Over methyl orange indicator, okay, in the basic medium, yellow color; acidic medium, pinkish red. अरे समझ में आ गया? Plus, see, initially basic solution is there, pink color. While titrating acidic solution, that is converting into acidic, so phenolphthalein comes to colorless. Then to that we are adding methyl orange because that is slightly basic in nature, slightly yellow color. Then again you continue the titration. Then all the ions are neutralized. Okay, that means slightly acidic in nature. Then the methyl orange indicator shows pinkish red. Simply pink, yellow, pink. That means pink to colorless. Then after that, yellow to again pinkish red. You remember like this. Pink to colorless. Then after that, yellow color to pinkish red color. Like this you remember. Now, here one more logic I would like to incorporate here itself. What is that? What I am saying? Pipette out 20 ml of the given hard water sample, alkaline water. Then you add phenolphthalein indicator to that water sample. But the solution did not give any coloration with phenolphthalein indicator. That means actually the solution should give pink color, but the solution did not give any coloration with phenolphthalein indicator. What does it mean? Can anybody say?
So
Only
bicarbonate
bicarbonate
is alkaline.
Ah,
Only bicarbonate.
Presence of bicarbonate ion.
that means hydroxide and carbonate ions may be absent. That is the conclusion. Remember carefully. Don't get confused. Yes, that means pipette of 20 ml, initial is 0, then phenolphthalein indicator you add it, does not give any coloration means phenolphthalein end point is also 0. You put it 0. Then you continue the titration. That means then after that the solution is colorless, then add methyl orange indicator. If the solution turns to yellow color, that indicates what?
Presence of bicarbonate.
Yes, very good. That is having the bicarbonate ions. Remember this. Then here, if the methyl orange solution also does not give any coloration with methyl orange, what does it mean?
So no alkalinity.
Yes.
And material.
Okay. As it has not given any coloration with phenolphthalein indicator means hydroxide and carbonate ions are absent. Then it does not give any coloration with subsequently we are adding methyl orange indicator. It does not giving any color with methyl orange indicator also. That means bicarbonate ions are absent. That means that water is not alkaline at all. That is my conclusion. Then another one I am saying, another logic I am saying. What is that logic is? Pipette out 20 ml, add phenolphthalein indicator, the solution turns to pink color, that's fine. Then titrated against phenolphthalein indicator, the solution turns to pink color to colorless. Note down the reading in the phenolphthalein end point. Then add methyl orange indicator, but that methyl orange indicator does not give any coloration with methyl orange indicator. What does it mean?
So presence of
hydroxide
hydroxide.
Presence of hydroxide.
Presence of
Hydroxide ion.
no,
Bicarbonate.
bicarbonate is not there. With the help of phenolphthalein, we can able to determine hydroxide and half of the carbonate. So as it has given pink color to colorless, so whether it is having hydroxide and carbonate or hydroxide ions alone.
Sir, alone hydroxide.
Yes.
Yes,
Why
sir.
alone hydroxide?
If carbonate present, bicarbonate also create.
Ah, yes. Yes, that is correct. Because if carbonate is there, the half neutralization of carbonate with the help of phenolphthalein indicator while titrating with acid, that is going to produce the bicarbonate. That means because of the titration, earlier there was no bicarbonate. But due to neutralization of carbonate, bicarbonate ions are generating. If carbonate is there, certainly there would be a bicarbonate. If bicarbonates are there, certainly the methyl orange indicator is going to show the yellow color. Here, the solution does not give any coloration with methyl orange indicator means bicarbonate ions are absent and at the same